Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Ryan with Degenerate Passive Income coming to you from Laguna Beach, California. Doing a little traveling, having a good time, and we are here. I know we missed the Tuesday night. Usually night we have Tuesday date night for DeFi, and you know what? We had to make it Wednesday. I had previous engagement last night, but we're here like we are every single week, guys, in front of you, so you can ask the hard questions. And you know that's what we do. That's what we do here is 100% transparency. And I think that's the most important thing, to be honest. And I know you guys appreciate it. So please ask all the hard questions in the chat. Even if you want to tell us that we're idiots, we don't care. This is no judging zone. And we like to hear from everyone, no matter what they think. So with that said, excuse my setup. I did get my MacBook screen fixed, so at least I have that. I'm reading my questions. I don't have my extra monitor. I'm reading my questions off my iPad over here. So I'm still a mess. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good enough and we can get through this. But with that said, AJ, thank you so much for joining. I know you're a busy guy. You're back from traveling finally, so we're not dealing with hotel ice maker noises and everything else. But I'm still traveling. But you know what? We'll figure it out. We're not going to miss out. We're going to explain everything tonight. So welcome back.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, glad to be back. As you can see from the background, my usual setup back in the office. And yeah, man, you know, we even traveling, we don't ever skip more than 1 week at a time. So happy to be back and happy to go over all the bullish updates. We had a lot to go over with bonds and Plazm and EarnFi and everything in our ecosystem has been killing it as usual. So yeah, man.
Exactly. I do want to go over one thing, and not to, not to talk bad about anything, but I think some people missed the boat, or they missed some advice that we gave out, and it is what it is. But we're just going to go over it. It's from the update from PACA Finance today. You know, it was going to be their first epoch today, and they were going to hand out, all these rewards for the last 2 weeks of farming. So obviously that didn't happen. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm just going to read through it real quick because I think it's relevant. And I wish they would have taken me and AJ's advice 2.5 months ago. They could have been paying their people back the last 2.5 months. But you know what? Their ego got in the way. So let's just get into it. It says, meanwhile, I put in meanwhile in PACA. It says the first epoch period is closed and the updated information has been pushed to the site. Unfortunately, the crypto market suffered the largest liquidation event in history a few days ago, and they haven't fully recovered. Obviously, that means that farming TVL is down from the last epoch, which results in no payout this period. Most of our positions are still out of range, so we are sitting on the assets. Currently running a cost-benefit analysis on whether we take some of the IL, impermanent loss, in order to get back in range, or wait for the markets to find their footing. The benefits of leaving them as assets are we get 100% of the increase in token prices until they get back in range, which is ideal depending on timing. Now, AJ, let me ask you a question. Did you or did we, I believe during this whole event, we were making tens of thousands a day on between DexFi and Bernard bonds and things of that nature. What are your thoughts on that announcement? To me, it seems ridiculous.
Yeah, no doubt, Ryan. Again, man, I don't like to throw stones in houses, but unfortunately, PACA made their bed, and so I want to just comment because they're the first to say that our AILM is trash, and that we can't keep ranges and we always rebalance. And again, like we say all the time, actions speak louder than words. So just go ahead and look at our DBank profiles. You can see we've been making record yield over the last 3 days, and our ranges, yes, are wide enough. Unlike PACA, which I'm sure has ridiculously tight ranges. So of course they had either unrealized impermanent loss or just haven't been earning because now they're out of ranges. But ours have been and continue to be very, very safe. I mean, obviously, principal balance has been down a bit, but that's just because the assets are down. But overall, the vaults, the flash crashed that happens was, about an hour, and our volts rebalance even with the AILM about every hour. So we were able to recover dramatically when the market returned, and only 2 of our volts out of about 30 were out of range for that time. And when again, the fact that we that being out of range means you're earning 0. So not only are you potentially getting hit with a permanent loss because your ranges are too tight, but now you've been earning nothing overall. So it really is sad to me, because we gave an option on a silver platter. Had we had $4 or $5 million added to our protocol to then pay out PACA, everybody be getting about a $200,000 payout today. So it really is sad.
Yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate, but you know what? And we don't want to see anybody lose money, guys. And it's not like, oh, I told you so, but I just wish, they say there's $4.5 million, guys. I don't know if that's true. It's right here. There's the total value is 19 million. The marketplace just got totally flooded after the announcement this morning. People 60% discounts. I mean, people are getting absolutely wrecked, and they're selling them. I bought this one for 430, I think, and now it's worth 526. But I can redeem it now and get $92. But I'm not going to do that, obviously, because that's just not in the cards. And they got the status bar here. Obviously, nothing is up and to the right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, except that the estimated days to your whole is 664 days. It went up 124 days the last 2 weeks. Not ideal. So I don't know what to say about that, or what they're farming, or all I know is that 2 people cannot farm 24/7. This is why we have the AILM, correct, AJ?
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. I mean, again, I know from a recent video with Scott, I think they're still doing the majority of their farming on Sui and Sol. I mean, all that is, number one, it's impossible to manage more than maybe 5. Maybe if you're a genius, you can manage 10. But again, you have to be at the computer 24/7. You make mistakes. You are not mentally able to keep up because you get tired. I mean, just being human, that's what happens. And they're not diversified enough. So, having all your eggs on Sui, even if you're getting amazing yield, if something happens, then you're screwed. So again, just mismanagement overall. And again, I can come out and say that because we have the data to back it up. Just gross mismanagement. And again, I mean, had they just at least experimented with vaults on their own, again, all self-custody, we were willing to even do it to where we showed them what to do. They didn't have to go into bonds. They could go on vaults to vaults on their own. It would have been, again, a 6-figure payout easily, based on doing it themselves. So with us. But anyway, it's sad. I mean, again, over 700 days, we're looking at 2-3 years for people to just be made whole. Not to mention profit and the opportunity cost on 3 years where that money is locked up in PACA. Holy hell! So again, just really, really, really a bad situation.
Yeah, unfortunate. Anyways, we're quit talking about that. So let's get back to the important stuff. In the meantime, Bernard Bonds is killing. Remember, guys, Wednesday is the day tonight, and it might even happen live. This APR might even happen live while we're the APR switch, because it is the epoch day. Remember, everybody. Yeah. So I mean, be looking for that. I heard through the grapevine that it's going to be pretty juicy because, like AJ said before, with the volume lately, it's been absolutely killing the game, and it's definitely going to be, in triple digits. So I'm excited about that. We've got 5,114 bonds minted. Obviously, the fund value is down because of the price of ETH, guys. I mean, we saw $3,500 ETH 5 days ago. I never, ever thought I would see ETH at $3,500 again.
For sure.
What are your thoughts on that, AJ?
Yeah, no doubt, Ryan. I mean, again, I'm still, and I know you are as well, super bullish overall on ETH. Unfortunately, there's just so much manipulation in the current landscape, and so with the Trump tariff announcements and some foul play that's now coming to light with Binance and some of the big exchanges, and then you couple that on top of market makers. I've also heard an incredibly, again, not to put my tinfoil hat on, but a really interesting take on market makers that, again, were forced to cover a lot of their positions and therefore further creating panic in the market. Again, we saw the biggest one-day drop, even more so than COVID when that happened. So I think it was about $19 billion that was liquidated from the crypto space overall. And so yeah, I mean, obviously we see a major wick down. It's why we say be very careful with leverage. And we don't do any sort of leverage in crypto. We do a little bit of leverage with EarnFi, but overall, it's really trying to stay safe. And again, we saw a nice V-shaped recovery after that within a matter of hours. And yeah, I think anytime we see ETH around 4K, obviously we were hoping to see ETH a little higher in October. But overall, I think we're still looking really good. And what me and Ryan have said for a while now, 7,000, 8,000, $10,000 Ethereum is still definitely in the cards. And I'm more bullish on that than I am even Bitcoin, because I do think we'll see Bitcoin go up as well, but not double or triple their current price. So I'm still very, very fundamentally nothing has changed. If anything, the timeline has been pushed out a little bit, but we get rate cuts and some more bullish sentiment back into crypto, where people aren't just getting screwed left and right through manipulation, and we're off to the races for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And guys, remember, I saw this number. The volume is how we make the money, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. When there's volume, we're earning on those fees, right? And that's how we get paid the juicy APR. I saw this volume at over 100 billion in 24 hours, which is absolutely insane. That was during the,
Yes.
the crash, but it's even at 50 billion, we're doing a crazy amount of feeds, even at 50 billion. And I think that's only probably going to go up. I mean, coming into the bull, there's going to be people taking profit. There's going to be people, buying, obviously, because they're going to, FOMO is going to kick in. If you're missing out, they're going to be like, oh, I better buy because it's going up. I've done it, guys. I've bought on the way up. I've tried to time the tops, time the lows. It doesn't work for me, right? I'm not that smart, but that's just me. But yeah, so this is very important, the volume. If you look at that, click ETH open on CoinMarketCap. That's what I use. And just look at the volume. When this thing's 50 billion and up, we're making insane fees. And that's how we are getting paid this June. Oh, look at the APR, AJ.
Let's go. Holy shit.
165.88%, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. That's
Okay.
even more than I thought it would be. That's amazing.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So everybody can, you're welcome. That's insane.
Yeah,
So this is the new this is the new APR, guys. It just switched, and I think that's the highest I think we've seen it, 165%. So that means I'm making I don't even know what that is. If you did it for monthly, it'd be what, 12, 13, 14% a month.
Yeah, sounds
probably.
Right.
Yeah, 14% a month on this amount, on $977 worth of my bonds in here, right? So what is that, about 14 bucks a month or whatever I'd be making, or however that works out. Math during lives is never a good idea, but that's how it works, guys. That's the APR that we are making right now with those bonds, which is absolutely insane. And going back to PACA for 1 second, just think if they would have put half of their supposed $4.5 million into this thing, just think that amount of money that thing is making at that daily price. Like that's a 0.5% a day, over a 0.5% a day.
Yeah, 100%, man. yeah, I think overall, I know between Bernard and regular DexFi treasury bonds, we're way over 50 grand within just a couple of days from the volume. So yeah, I mean it's insane, Ryan. Again, the numbers don't lie, and you can verify all that on the DBank page. You can go and see this is not just some made up number that we do. Obviously, week by week, it will fluctuate, and that isn't the yearly APR, but the current APR is absolutely that number. So again, and yes, bond price has been down, but this is with more compounding as well. On some of the newer vaults that we've set up, we've even bumped the compound rate a little bit more. We worried about originally we were at 75-25, then we bumped it a little bit more to 70-30. Now we're on some of the vaults we're 60-40, and that is really helping with the principal balance, and it's not affecting APR that dramatically. So again, we've heard a lot of feedback that people would like to see the principal balance, start leveling out or going up, even with the markets going down. And so yeah, we're gonna address that as well and continue to prioritize that. It's just the higher the APR, the lower or the harder it is to keep principal balance and vice versa. If we prioritize principal balance, then the APR might be a little lower, but good God, at 165%, a little lower would be okay, for sure, man. So yeah, I mean, all this is coming together, and that's what again we said it all the time, and I still don't think people understand. You are exposed to other assets in the fund. So when we provide LP, half of it is Ethereum, but the other half is small to mid cap coins, and we do that because they usually have a lot more volume, and the APR is a lot higher when you're looking at the volume to liquidity ratio. Again, you can see there, yeah, REI, Zora, Arrow, Mamo, Avant, all of those, and all of those have been down against ETH. So that is why the principal balance is down, but it goes the other way really quickly as well. And once we get an actual um, alt season and alts start to really run again, which again it happens every cycle, and some may never get an alt cycle, but we're betting on the majority of them getting at least some sort of all-time highs again. And if that happens, then principal balance on bonds will skyrocket, and now you're potentially in profit on principal balance, and you've been earning insane yield for the last 6 months. So it's all part of how it works. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And remember, guys, I just want to touch on this real quick. If you click this box right here, all right, that brings you to DBank. Every single dollar that is deposited, every single bit of ETH on base that's deposited when you mint a bond is all right here. You cannot hide money from DBank. You cannot manipulate DBank and say, oh, I don't want to show this transaction. It is all here. This is what the treasury has, 20,000 in USDC. All this stuff is waiting for better positions, guys. They don't just blow it into something and be like, oh, I think this looks good. Like it's not like that. Like they're very careful where they put everything. And if you want to see what vaults everything is in, it's all right here. Obviously, they don't give away the ranges. They don't give away the entries and exits, but here are what every single dollar is in. All the vaults are listed for you. And those are real numbers and they're live. Okay. These change all the time, just like on the website, the APR, everything. So this is all about 100% transparency, which the space needs. These aren't numbers on the screen. These aren't fake numbers. These aren't someone telling you, oh yeah, we have $4.5 million, but sorry, I'm not going to let you look at the wallet. The wallet is right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Anytime you want to see it, every cent is there and accounted for. That is what I love about, Bernard bonds and DexFi treasury bonds and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. And one more thing I want to highlight real quick. If you go back to DBank one more time and go to transactions, this is also, again, action speaks louder than words. You can see where all the money comes from. So we are harvesting, fees from the vaults. And so when you go down a little bit more, you'll see, actions from DexFi vaults, and it'll show plus
Right.
USDC or ETH right there. So yeah, again, and some is bridging more funds, to because we're on base and Sonic, and we just added BNB as well. And then yeah, so those transactions right there at the top are the profit taking, and then anything with the Bernard logo is new deposits. So again, literally, you can go and track every dollar uh, through transactions as well. So
Yeah, it like I said, guys, it's all right in front of you. If you really want to investigate, click it. It'll show you where the wallets are. I mean, it is all here, and that's what people. This is what the space needs. Like there is no hiding nothing, and this is why I want to be a part of this, right? Because I want to know where stuff is going. I want to know where the money's at, what we're invested in, where everything is going, who's getting what, and things of that nature. I think it's very important. That's just me. A lot of people just like to throw, if you throw enough spaghetti at the wall, something's going to stick, right? I don't think that way, but a lot of people do. They want to go into the 2% a day, whatever, and it's okay. It's fine. The world needs people like that. So, guys, it's all here, right in front of your face. Obviously, a juicy new APR, and I think Kendall just said he did the math for us: 13.82% right now a month if you were to average out. So whatever that is a day, Kendall, do the math on that for me too, please.
yeah, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and again, remember that is the whole game. And again, just to reiterate this a little bit is with bonds, we're not day trading, right? So if you are skilled enough to buy the bottom and sell the top, then bonds may not be right for you. What this is a passive income yield generating machine. And so again, principal balance may not go up if you were just holding liquid compared to that. But the whole idea is that yield makes up for that. And again, if you go back through and average it out, Kendall just says, man, that's crazy. So yeah,
0.46.
yeah. So if you average out our yield, even at 100% APR, which we've been pretty close to over the last 6 months, you're even if your principal balance went to zero, you would still be, you'd have your initial capital out in a year. And again, that's very unrealistic. That's another thing people are asking: can bond price go to zero? The short answer is anything can happen, but that's very, very, very unlikely. And yeah, it's about prioritizing the yield and the set it and forget it mindset over potentially day trading or just buying and holding assets. And again, I mean, we also recommend that. We say take some of your yield and just buy and stack Bitcoin or Ethereum so that you do get the upside potential. So yeah, I just want to clarify some of the criticisms about the setup, but I don't know. No, I don't think a lot of people can criticize 167% APR, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. And a lot of people are concerned about the price of the bonds. 100, they went down. They started at point 0.098, I think, just under 0.1, and now and that was $275. And they're like, "Oh, you guys are getting wrecked." Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers don't lie. They're right here. This is all June 11th, right there. I bought these bonds right here. This is my test wallet. Obviously, you guys have seen my bags. I got $50,000 in another wallet and $25,000 in a different wallet. And to be honest, those numbers are down. Like I'm minus on that, right? Because I didn't buy right at the beginning. If you bought first day, like I did, you're up. Now that's 73% in what? July, August. That's 4 months. Okay, so that's almost 20% a month. Nothing wrong with 20% a month, in my opinion. So Like, I'm happy about that. If you bought June 11th, you know, you're in the game. You're killing it, right? So, and that's amazing. So I don't really concern myself a lot with this number. I don't look at it and I don't pay a lot of attention. Yeah, it does suck. They're only 140 bucks because when I bought mine, they were 275. Okay, but I've been making this USDC that you can withdraw any time of the day, fee free, guys. You can claim this. It goes right into your wallet. It's instant. There's no waiting game. There's no 72-hour wait. It's instantly in your wallet. You can claim if you have 1 cent. All right. Also, when you purchase a bond for 0.0351 ETH, you could turn around and redeem that bond, meaning sell. Okay. You could sell it instantly. Obviously, you're going to get knocked a 10% penalty or a tax for doing that. That 10% doesn't go to me. It doesn't go to AJ. It goes to nowhere else, nobody else. It goes back. It stays in the fund, earning us more money every month. We get a slice of that little piece of a pie. And that is amazing. You know, it's not for the team. It's for us, rewarding us OG holders. That is crazy. And I love it. I love the concept about everything of this. It's just, it's something amazing. I'm super excited about it. You know, I can't get enough of it. You guys know I have huge bags into it, and it's transparent. That's what I love, because AJ is in front of you every single week, and we talk about it, you know, and we invite the people to ask questions, and the hard ones even, or tell us we're idiots and you know, FUD us, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, we have tough skin. AJ, we have to have tough skin. We've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, you got that right, Ryan. Oh man, I have like rhino skin at this point, man. Oh boy, dude, yeah, we get haters every day. But that's just the cost of doing business in the crypto landscape. But yeah, man, everything you said was on point. The only other thing I wanted to mention was you know, the ones, and again, you know, don't take my words out of context, because we don't ever encourage compounding. We want people to take profits. We want people to, you know, use the cash flow the way they see fit. But to Ryan's point, you know, those that have been compounding while NFT prices are low in terms of both ETH and dollar value, those are the ones that are even in more profit, because they've been able to DCA and earn more along the way. Again, it's that compound interest, you know, the eighth wonder of the world. So again, not to try to convince anybody, but if you are worried about bonds eroding their principal balance, then I would recommend compounding at least some of the rewards back in, or like I said a minute ago, just use your rewards to buy and stack Ethereum or Bitcoin, you know, outright, or gold even. Man, Ryan and I were just talking about it. Gold's been on a tear, man. So yeah, any of those assets that aren't fiat is a good play for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We're right before the show, we were talking about gold and silver. I mean, I hold physical gold and silver, and I told AJ I'm saving it for when this country goes in the Civil War. I can use it for bartering. That's my plan for that. But that is something so far down the road. Like, I have lots of stocks, guys, and everything. I don't day trade them. This is for something down the road when I need something that I probably don't need, when I want something, I should say. So, you know, with that said, guys, this is you need ETH on base, okay, to purchase a bond. All right, that's all you need. It's not a big deal. If you need help getting the ETH on base or can't figure something out, we are always in the chats. DM me. All the info is in the description. It's all there for you to see, and it's transparent. And it's just a matter of time before people, you know, I mentioned to AJ last night, or a couple nights ago. I said, listen, it's just a matter of time before all the crypto, or a big portion of people who like to play this stuff, is in Bernard bonds and DexFi, and it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be amazing, in my opinion, I think. And, but yeah, I think there might be a couple questions before we get off Bernard bonds. Please ask questions if you don't understand. Henry Jones is in the house. Thank you for joining. He's always here. PACA needs to swallow their pride and give their funds to AJ to create another white label like Bernard bonds. 100% agree, Henry.
Yeah, and the offer is still there. I doubt they're going to do it. We've extended the olive branch, but yeah, I can swallow our pride and still help those that are affected. I mean, at the end of the day, like Ryan always says, we hate to see people lose. So
Yeah,
if there is a change of heart, I'm happy to accommodate. So
exactly. Scott Lee, paying attention, reach out. Like yeah, I think it would save you from a lot of headaches. Anyway, Michelle is in the house. I love silver platers. She must be a silver collector. Thank you,
yeah,
Michelle.
let's
This
go.
is she is new. Haven't seen her on here before. Stinky Beans, of course, he's always here. Sad that people are so greedy and dishonest. Crypto is great and lack of character. Oh yeah, he's talking about people dumping market makers and stuff like that. Absolutely. I mean, you're right. Michelle says alt season starts in 2026, starting after February 1st.
I
Michelle,
love it. I'm gonna,
yeah,
yeah, well,
Michelle sounds smart.
yeah, totally. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna put that on the calendar. If that comes true, then Michelle is my new best friend. So
Yeah,
yeah, and I agree. I think that timeline could be very possible. I mean, again, we've always said October, October, November, usually in traditional 4-year cycle, crypto cycle, we see it top out. But I think with institutions being here and the manipulation that we've seen and then global liquidity that really hasn't even kicked in. Um, I think you're right. I think early this year, going into the end of 2026, we have an extended cycle. So yeah, again, not to put a prediction because, like you say, Ryan, we're just a bunch of dummies trying to make it happen, man. So
right, exactly. Yeah. So Michelle's got predictions going on. DM me, Michelle, and let's talk about it. I'm interested in your theory. Kendall says 13.82%. That's the current APR monthly, guys. 0.46% a day, which is absolutely insane. The lowest I've seen is 4% a month, and this right now is the highest. Yes, right. I want the cash flow. The bonds can go as low as you please. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't want to see bonds go, and it's not going to go to zero, guys. It's just, they can go down. You're still earning that juicy reward and this juicy APR on, this amount, right? So that's how it works, guys. Now, everything that's deposited in Bernard bonds goes right over here to DexFi, okay, in these vaults, single farm vaults right here, okay? And AJ, just for the heck of it, what would be a good one to show the AILM?
yeah,
Even when everyone got wrecked 5 days ago.
yeah. Let's look at Zora. I think that's probably on there. Let's see if that shows. If we go to more than one day, go to 1 week.
Okay,
Yeah.
week, and then we need to go. Okay,
Yeah, that price held pretty steady. Let's look at maybe just an ETH pair. If you go back, let's see. Just type ETH at the top, Ryan. Yeah, in the yeah. All right. That one came up again. Keep going. Let's see.
REI,
Um,
ETH
yeah,
REI,
try REI. Yep, let's try that. And then if not, maybe all right, go to total on the left. Oh,
total,
yep,
total,
yep. And then more than one day, 1 week
yeah,
maybe.
1 week. Okay, there we go.
All right, so maybe even a little more. Try 1 month,
1 month.
maybe if it shows out a little bit more.
There we go. I'll just blow this
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So again, this isn't showing the major dip because it's averaged out. But again, it you can see that those gray bars got really wide over the last whatever it was when the dip happened on the 10th, and that shows that the AILM is actually detecting this insane volatility and widening the ranges when there is a rebalance. So again, rather than rebalancing out of range, we wait for the price to come back up. And again, I mean, even on the chart there, you don't even see the dip because it's averaged out.
Mhm.
So there was a rebalance, but it wasn't at a point where we were completely uh, out of the entire position. So the whole idea is that that white line stays within the ranges, and again, we are taking some impermanent loss, but not to the extent of destroying our principal, because of the AILM. So it's really powerful. And as you can see before that big dip, we were printing sideways for almost a month
Mhm.
without ever rebalancing. So, again, what will kill you in LP providing is having your range too tight. That is the biggest mistake people make. They get greedy. They have, a $20 million liability that they have to make up for. So they do way too tight of ranges. Or you're a DGen looking for your next 100x and you have a 1% up and down range. That's how you're gonna get destroyed. So
Yeah.
again, and the AILM does all this automatically. Again, we have proven that we have the best AI driven ALM in the business, and this last dip proved that. So yeah, I mean, again, it's only a matter of time, like you said, Ryan.
Yeah, just a matter of time before everybody's coming in and be like, okay, they got the tech, or it's a matter of time before something like someone comes in and Beefy Finance comes in and says, AJ Jake, it's time for you guys to give it up. Here's a
Yeah,
check.
yep,
Right?
for sure, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. So So the AILM guys, whoever's the doubter out there, there you go. There's the proof. I don't know what else to say about it, but keep continuing to do it, on your own and getting wrecked with impermanent loss and whatever, not sleeping. So that's just my thoughts. DexFi treasury bonds just jumped up to 87%. Someone mentioned that was at like, I can't remember what it was at like 60. Now, guys, I have a ton of treasury bonds as well. Okay. I'm diversified. This could easily happen next week to Bernard bonds. It's because DexFi has treasury bonds has a 2 or 3 week head start on Bernard bonds, meaning there are some different positions. All of our positions aren't the same as DexFi and vice versa. Okay. It goes into the same protocol, into the same fund, different, private vaults. And so don't be like, oh my God, I got to get out of this and get into Bernard bonds. Get yourself some of each. Like, I know AJ himself, he's got Bernard bonds and treasury bonds too. He's smart. He diversifies. Okay. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. And again, man, like you said, APR has been higher on Bernard some weeks and ours others. Bernard mint price has held up a little bit better, than Treasury bonds, but there is no right or wrong answer. And yeah, I mean, next week, usually the APR is only between 1 or 2% difference,
Mhm.
maybe 10 at most. So when you extrapolate that out, it's not a huge difference. I think the reason that Bernard bonds may be a little bit higher this week was just what you said, Ryan. We had different entries or slightly different ranges based on when we created the vaults, and sometimes that creates more or less yield, according. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So get yourself some of each, guys, if you want to get in the game. I mean, that's totally up to you. And, I don't think you'll be sorry, to be honest. And like AJ was saying, take your profits. If you want to compound, great. Like I compound my face off on some things. I've been taking my profits since inception, right? I'm not compounding anything. I am buying ETH on the dip though, like out of my own pocket. Like I think I bought 4 ETH at $3,600 when it tanked, that low. So yeah, I made what is that? I don't know. I made whatever. Then I'm just gonna hold it. Like me and AJ hold a ton of ETH. I still have $900 ETH. I still have $400 ETH. I know AJ has ETH lower than that. So and that's not going anywhere. I just choose to put some of my ETH bag into things like this that I know work and that are transparent. We're knowing where your money is going. That's very, very important.
Yeah,
Um,
100%, Ryan. And one more thing, real quick, just while we're on this page. So, one, I want to highlight the total USDC distributed. So, with
mm,
Treasury bonds, we're at about 565, and with Bernard bonds, I think we're almost at 200. So
yep.
again, nearly, if you calculate the entire TVL and what we have paid out in roughly 6 months, it's 33% already. So again, the numbers don't lie, and actions speak louder than words. Yet again, the money's been being paid, and those are big numbers, and shows that what we're doing is working. So
Yeah. And if you want to do this on your own, guys, if you don't like the easy button from Bernard Bonds or DexFi Treasury Bonds, you can go in here and you can farm yourself, if that's what you like to do, and do all the research and do all the, I have 3 positions now. I used to have 5, but I was the only one that was in the vault for 2 of them. So I exited those 2. So these are the ones I have left. But daily 2%, 0.17, 0.19, nothing wrong with that. Like I put $100 in each of these. Obviously, I'm down in capital by about 50%, 60% in this one. I'm up 30% here, and I'm about even Steven on Banker, but I'm still making a daily APR. So if you're the type of person who likes to research coins, pay attention to all this stuff going on. I'm not smart enough to do that. I want the easy button. You can go right here, hook your wallet up, get yourself an ETH on base, and go into any vault you want. And you can create your own vaults. You just request it and things of that nature, guys. There's a ton of things you can do here. I don't have time for it. I don't have the smarts to do it. And I just prefer the easy button myself. But that's just me. That's you guys do whatever you want to do. That's fine.
100%, man. And I think as you get more and more familiar with crypto and more comfortable, obviously having a mix of your own self-custody vaults and bonds is healthy. But again, man, everything under the hood utilizes those vaults. So that's it's all part of the same ecosystem.
Right. And I just noticed that this number went up by a little bit here. So let's go and we'll see. And it'll show us the transactions of who minted what. Not names, obviously, just wallet address.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone just minted $1,258 worth of bonds 14 minutes ago. There you go. Right. And we're receiving some USDC. It's all here, guys. Okay. It's all right in front of you. And it's transparent. I don't know what else you want me to say, but it's absolutely amazing. And I can't wait for this. I think a $10 million TVL is probably doable before the end of the year or in the first couple months of 2026. I have no doubt. And maybe one thing I do want to talk about, AJ, real quick. You said the word before, safety. Like I know something happened to one of the whales in Plazm, which we'll talk about next with his ESHARE. Talk about wallet safety, guys, and scammers and stuff. AJ, please just touch on that quick.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. So again, it's so important that you guys still and gals still are practicing safe, crypto usage. We always recommend a hardware wallet, but even with a hardware wallet, that will protect you against authentication and spending of assets. But if somebody gets your private key, then it doesn't matter if you have a hardware wallet. You get compromised anyway. So just please don't ever put your private key on your computer. It needs to be physically written down and not accessible through a phone or through a computer or any sort of device connected to the internet. And just make sure that you're never connecting to websites or responding to DMs, even if it's literally my same name and profile picture, or Ryan or anybody. Use some common sense. If they're asking you to connect to a different website or offering support that doesn't make sense, or God forbid, asking for your seed phrase, we will never, ever ask for any of that information. And again, just a little bit of common sense goes a long way. And if you're nervous, or even if it is me or Ryan, and it doesn't sound right, just the best thing to do is to do nothing. So and just wait until we're on an AMA or in the chats publicly. All those are good options. And we did have one of our whales get hacked individually, and they had quite a bit of ESHARE, and they were unfortunately the hackers were dumping ESHARE this entire week. So, but now they're out, and so not only does it hurt you, but as you can see, it also hurts the charts. So, again, it's bad for those that are affected, but also bad for the community as well. So just please be careful, please be safe. And yeah, if you are hacked and you have bonds, open up a ticket in Discord as well. We're not able to mitigate always, but in some cases, we can also help with that as well. So.
Right. Yes. Very important, guys. Please stay safe. I or AJ will never DM you, because you can DM us. Please make sure that you're DMing the right person. Click on the link, click on one of the pinned messages and then our photo, because we're the only ones that can pin messages. Then you have the right person and you can ask questions. Like, you're going to know if you're talking to a scammer. Like, you have to ask one question. Ryan, what's your favorite hobby? Or hey, you could say, Ryan, what's your favorite hobby? I would tell you fishing. Scammers don't know that stuff, guys. Okay. I mean, just a personal question, whatever. I'm happy if people have done it to me before. It's fine. I don't mind. So just please be careful out there. All right. It's very important. We don't want to see anybody losing money. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, so here we go. Bernard Bonds, any more questions, guys? Please feel free to ask. We're just going to keep on going through some things here. I do want to talk about the latest and greatest Plazm. I mean, here we go. Look at estimated ROI 18,000%. I don't understand. Okay, I want you to explain one thing to me. I have two stakes here. Could you just tell me what's going on? Because this is, like, you already know, I'm not a smart guy. Okay, so I just need to explain what's happening with my stakes here. What am I making and what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. So we'll go over and do a quick overview of this, but Plazm has been killing it. The ROI has actually been going up, and we're going to show some other cool metrics here as well. But against ESHARE, when the price of ESHARE goes down, Plazm is able to actually outperform, which again is why ROI is going up. But hang on one second. Let me clear my throat here. I got a frog. Hang on one second.
Link is in the description too, guys, of the video if you want to check Plazm out. It takes ETH on it's ETH on base. Okay, so just heads up.
Yep. All right. Hopefully that's better. So yeah, ETH on base, and yeah, so your creations you did on day one, Ryan. So
Yep.
when you create, you are doing it with ETH, and that's essentially minting you the future supply of Plazm. And so I think you did a 77-day on both of them,
Yep.
and that is the best ROI. The reason that it fluctuates a little bit is just based on timing and your entry. So that, obviously, earlier the better. But it's in a way that isn't predatory, where, those that get in now are not at a big disadvantage because you're able to still take from the same emissions pool. So again, this is it goes in what we call cycles. So every cycle is 77 days, and over the next 2 or 3 cycles, we think that the buy and burn, which we'll talk about next, will outweigh the selling pressure. And so this is one of the only protocols, no matter when you get involved, that will that literally everybody can be in profit because we utilize bonds. So everything that we talked about for the last 45 minutes, Plazm goes and mints treasury bonds, and then that is real yield that is supporting the token price without new users. So that is so fundamentally different, because even Bitcoin and ETH, for the price to go up, you have to have more buyers than sellers. And so with Plazm, you don't have to have any new buyers because the buy and burn is always buying and burning the token. So does that help, Ryan? Again, I'm
Yeah.
happy to go into detail of any other questions. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess what a lot of people ask is, okay, I minted on day, or I bought on day one. I think I was in I think like a couple hours in, because we did it live. I put in like $4,000 or whatever it was, and so I think it was, if I remember, it was around $18. I believe, I can't remember the exact number or whatever. But what, like, is it going to be a bank run at the first? People who put in the first 5 or 10 ETH that day. When the timer hits, like, is it going to be a bank run and everybody's wrecked, AJ, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so again, the cool part of the system is, yes, I mean, obviously, 5,000% APR, or ROI, or 18,000% ROI from the other page. That is not realistic. So mark my words that yes, over time the price will go down as the supply unlocks. However, that being said, again, through that buy and burn I was just talking about, that is constant buying pressure that is always adding to the price and lowering the supply. So that mechanism alone will help push the price back up. And the cool part is, the lower the price goes, the more the buy and burn can buy and burn. So it's this really cool mechanism that protects against a bank run. And as long as you're willing to hold, even if, say, Brian, say those creations that you made, say you get
Mhm.
to day 77 and you're literally in zero. The ROI at that point goes all the way to zero or even negative. That the cool part is, as long as you're willing to hold or stake again, it's mathematically inevitable that the price goes back up because of the buy and burn. And the fact is that, we're not requiring new deposits because a lot of these protocols are successful on their own, without a real yield buy and burn. They just recycle funds and always deplete, and they are still successful. So the fact that we have a buy and burn that never depletes and in theory only gets bigger and bigger as more people enter with creations or stakes, because even if you stake, you have to pay a little bit of Ethereum as a fee, and that goes into bonds. So all of those mechanisms we've learned from other protocols, and no other daily creation platform, which is what this is, no other platform has ever introduced real yield from our bonds or anything like that. So I'm still super confident. I think we're going to see the real power of this, around day 140 or so. So cycle 2 or cycle 3. But those that are, creating or staking now are going to be really happy. And again, the longer you do it, the more odds are that the amount of Plazm you get will make up for any price decrease. So,
Right.
yeah, that's again, if you go back up, Ryan, we say create. As you can see, it's more profitable. You just look on the UI. That's at what, 18,000, and
Yep.
then stake is 10. So yeah,
Yep.
so right now it's still better to create. And then you go to create. You have your ETH on base. You do length of 77 days. Again, if you just click that real quick, Ryan, and put in 50, 50, yeah. All right, so you can see, now the ROI is only 3K. So that's why it's so much better to go for the maximum length, because then you outrun any potential price going down. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, and
Exactly.
then yeah, if you go to stats real quick too, Ryan. All right, so that every day there's less and less Plazm that's being given out. Again, it is a fixed supply, so it's not inflationary. There only is 125 million Plazm ever to be released over 25 years, and honestly, I don't think we'll ever see more than 100 million Plazm ever. So, and
Mhm.
it's deflationary as the buy and burn keeps buying and burning the supply. But if you go all the way down to the bottom, um, all right, so this is the number we had to look at. We did a migration of bonds, and so the UI is still not caught up. In reality, the Vault ETH balance is more like 77 ETH, not 67. But as you can see, almost $10,000 of USD that's been perpetually put into the buy and burn, from yield. So that number will only grow, and if we get to $1 million or $2 million in the vault through Plazm, then it's literally like $5,000 a day in buying of Plazm. So that is super bullish going forward.
Right. And once again, guys, look at view on DBank. Everything is going to be right in front of you. Once again, it's going to have balances. It's going to show what's happening and what vaults. I mean, it does not get any better or more transparent than this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, 100%. So again, it's easy right now. That vault makes up, or the Plazm vaults make up about 10%. So you can just do the math on your own. All the vaults, everything, Plazm has about 10% of all that. So yep.
Right. Yeah. And then there was an interesting link that I saw. AJ, maybe you could talk about this real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So one more quick update. This is Fusion Watch. We have a lot of great metrics for EMP Fusion and bonds and everything else, but we just now added a Plazm overview as well. So this will show all the really cool metrics that you would need to know how the protocols are going. And so we have, total creations, how many new creations, stakes, all the daily metrics, and then Ryan, if you go down a little bit more, so this chart right here is really cool. This will show you when the majority of the supply is being unlocked. So as you can see, we don't really have any supply coming out for the next week or so, and then it's pretty minimal for the next 60 days. So again, that will be a good timing, because the bonds will be able to build up a massive reserve for day 77, and that's when the supply starts coming out. So this is just another way to kind of hedge your bets on when you create or when you stake, and preparing for potential sell pressure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. I haven't even looked at this hardly really, but that'll tell you what's going to be going, how much being released and staked versus creations. That's good info. It's all right in front of you guys. I mean, this is how things should be done in every protocol. Okay. DBank, things of this nature, like total numbers, like real numbers that can be verified, not just numbers on a screen, guys. I mean, that's how real protocols work. And that's what, AJ has done for the last I've been with AJ for 4.5 years now. And, they have never been rugged. They always continue to adapt. They continue to build things that, they're innovative. Right. And that's why it's super important. And that's why I only talk about stuff that is, done by the EMP team, because I know the background and they're right in front of your face every single week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 100%, Ryan. And there is a referral program for this. Definitely post your link, Ryan. I know those rewards are going to go towards some Bruno X stuff. So yeah, definitely support Ryan. And we this is one of the only referral programs that is truly sustainable. So again, the referrals are made up for through the real yield. So we're not depleting the treasury any quicker. So again, really excited for that. And anybody can have their referral program set up. So again, share the word, spread the word. And I did see Scott or Best Blinds. He said Grover has been really helping. Grover and John are the two that set up Fusion Watch, and they're community members that have some incredible insights. So make sure you join the Plazm Telegram, and all that we talked about today, they can go over with you in depth. So
right, yeah, right down here, guys. Go to the site. Click that, join up, get informed. One about the referrals, guys. Any referral I take, it's going just like in EarnFi referral, and it's just like the Bernard bonds. It's some money. I take a percentage out of that every month. We spin the wheel. 132 investors from Bruno X are on there. I give it back. That's coming up next week. So we'll go live next week and we'll give away some bonds. I'm excited about that. I've already given out because there's one of my whales came in with 50K, 51K, and I got 0.5 ETH from it. I sent that back to him. You know, you want to paste that wall address, you know, into base scan, and you'll see it, his deposit, and you'll see it. I paid it right back to him. So really, I'm only giving away about 0.1 ETH, which is going to be it'll probably be worth about 2 bonds, you know, but 2 bonds is better than nothing. So anybody who infected in Bruno X, you're getting paid back that way, you know, along with anything else.
For sure.
Yeah, you can buy Plazm, guys. You can bridge your ESHARE. Just, you know, it's all here. Very simple. Like I said, there are some really knowledgeable people in that Telegram group, and they're more than willing to spend the time explaining stuff to you. I mean, we could go on about Plazm for 2 hours, but there just isn't enough time in the day, and it's going to be great. I'm so excited to see day 77. Obviously, I'm probably I'll roll mine back in for 77 days, and then I don't care about this number here between create and stake. I'm going to stake probably, you know, just for content. I'll create another 77 days, and I'll stake for 77 days, and we'll just let it ride, and we'll see who's the winner, right? Maybe I'll be the smart guy, you know. That's do a little stake, do a little create. I mean, that's up to you guys. You know, the juiciest percentage right now isn't always, that's not going to be the case down the road, right? So it's kind of a little bit of gamification there. What'd you say, AJ?
Yeah, bro. No, bro. I love it. And yeah, that is part of, you know, the game theory behind it. You know, nothing is guaranteed. The ROI fluctuates, but if you go into Plazm with a 2-cycle mindset, you know, 140, 150 days, 277 days cycles, then chances are, you know, when and going back in again, we never recommend a compound. If you can take profit, take profit. But as a whole, if the community has that mindset, then again, it's a mathematical guarantee that the bond yield will make up for the selling pressure. And then it's one of the only protocols in all of crypto that literally every single person can be in profit as long as you hold long enough for the buy and burn to take over. So I'm really excited for that. And again, this was something that, you know, obviously it helps get more TVL in the bonds too. But overall, you know, protocols using real yield to support their token, just like we do with EMP and now Plazm, that is the true power of this. So yeah, really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, guys, any questions, go to the bottom of the page, click my link. If you want to deposit, whatever, go to the bottom of the page, click this area right here. That's the Telegram group. Join up, ask questions. Some really smart people in there. They're building ladders, like they've figured out the math for days on down the road. And it's pretty impressive how they're doing it. And I'm not doing the ladder system because I don't know, maybe just because I'm lazy, but whatever. There's tons of ways you can do it. Different stake lengths, you know, different amounts. It's pretty insane. And they're sharing these, you know, these graphs and everything about it, which is very nice of them to do. And hopefully people can benefit from it. So yeah, that's Plazm, guys. Link will be in the description if you want to join, whatever. Like I said, any referral money is going back to Bruno X investors. I'm giving that away. So yeah, links in the description for that. I think that's about it for Plazm. This morning, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
something else?
I was just gonna say, yeah, no, that's it. That's a great overview. I was just gonna say, if you want a more in-depth version, join our EMP AMA on Thursday. We'll do a whole hour on Plazm. So
yes, perfect. Yeah, 3 AMAs a week, guys. That's what AJ does. I mean, he lives for AMAs. So
yeah, totally, bro. We're up to like 900 AMAs over the last 4 years. So yeah,
that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
I 8 a.m. Central Standard Time this morning. Guess what ended? Another cycle of EarnFi. Or how did we do this month, AJ? What's the outlook looking like? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did an update in the Telegram. Obviously, we shoot for 6% a month. This is trading leverage on a licensed and insured brokerage through an AI bot. So, volatility is usually really, really good, but we saw almost too much volatility over the last few days. So the good news is that the bot didn't overreact and get us in a position that we're screwed. So I'd much rather have no profit than lose. So we only did about 3%, but again, 3% a month. You're lucky if your brokerage or your hedge fund manager can do 3% a year. So that again is all part of the process, and hopefully next month we're back at 6%. So yeah, rollover happened now. You have the next 3 hours and 11 minutes to either deposit or withdraw. We will process those withdrawals at the end of the cycle, but make sure that you do it ahead of time so we're ready and we can move funds and close positions. And yeah, if you haven't gotten involved yet, give it a try. This is all again traditional stocks, commodities. Again, a little bit of forex, but not much. And yeah, with responsible leverage on a brokerage. So you don't have any exposure to crypto, which is good, diversification. And Ryan, you've been paid every month, right? I mean, another
Every month.
month. Yeah, man. Here we go.
Yeah, this will be now with this. We made 3%, guys, and obviously I'm 100% transparent. I got 50 stacks into this thing. It's not a small amount of money. Okay, maybe this is some people. It's a lot of money to me. And I've had this in. This will be the 4th month now. So I've made $11,500 in 4 months on this 50,000 without lifting a finger. Coming here once a month and pressing the claim button. So I don't know how much easier you want to make money or whatever, but this is just another tool in my toolbox to make some passive income. And so you see 3% of 50 is 1,500. I'm going to take my profit right now. Guys, I could take this whole 51,500 out right now and I'll have it in like 3 days and 11 hours, right? I don't want to do that. I believe in the protocol. I believe in AJ. I believe in the trading bot. I don't think it's fake. And just like everything else out there, we got this awesome trading bot, whatever, it's all Ponzi-nomics.
Sure. Yeah, we built it ourselves because we were tired of everybody else saying they had one. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just going to type $1,500 in here and start withdrawal. And that's how it's going to work. Don't worry about the ETH price, guys. It is a little high, but it never charges you that full amount. Okay. I know a lot of people are panicked about that, but it's not a huge deal. And then this will come up and it will say, withdrawal process, I think. I might have to refresh. And there you go. Please wait for admin approval. My $1,500, my 50 is staying in. If you want to compound, guys, if that's your forte, do nothing. Save the gas and do nothing. It'll automatically compound for you. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. It's $100 USDC on ETH minimum, guys. There are tons of wallets with $100 in that are just testing this thing and they're making money. Okay. Maybe they'll ape in down the road or when the bot, when we can get a consistent 6%, like the team does not get paid 1 cent if it doesn't make 6%, guys.
For
all right.
Sure.
Anything above 6%, it's a 60-40 split in favor of the investor. Please remember that. Like in March, I think I only had $2,000 in March, but the bot made 24.5% or something crazy. And I ended up with almost 19% of that. So that's amazing. I hope we can do that again because that is a ton of money on 50 grand. But you never know. There's no guarantees. The target is 6. Anything above that, the team gets paid. Anything below that, they get nothing. We just thank them for their free work that they did for us. So thank you, AJ, for your free service the last 26 days.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Again, we are aligned in our incentivization that yes, unless we hit that target, we don't get paid. Obviously, we want to make it worthwhile to everybody. And yeah, I mean, again, nothing in crypto is guaranteed. It could all go to zero tomorrow. Even doing this, technically it's not trading crypto, but nothing in life is guaranteed. So just be aware of that. But it's been going well. And again, the cool part is the more data that we feed the bot, the better it gets. So yeah, I mean, again, this was a bit of a black swan event with all the China FUD and tariffs and everything
Mhm.
else, but overall, we've been really consistently hitting our target. So
Exactly. Yeah. And link is also in the description for EarnFi, guys, or in one of my other videos. Go back on my lives or go back on I do have multiple EarnFi videos out. Just put one out yesterday. And the link is in there. That is a referral link. I get 1% of the deposits. Okay. You deposit 1,000, I'm going to get $10. That $10, along with everything else, is getting paid back to those who are affected in Bruno X, right? I don't need your guys' referral money. It's just something that AJ is willing to give me and my people. That's what I wanted to do. This is what the Bruno X payback looks like. It might take me 10, 15, 20 years to do it, but I'm going to do it. I am confident. Okay. So remember,
absolutely.
USDC, ETH, guys, once this timer hits 0, you will not be able to deposit for another 26 days. It's a 26-day lock on your capital. Remember that. All right. It trades Monday through Friday. Like AJ said, stocks, commodities, gold, silver, a little bit of Forex. It has nothing to do with crypto. You pay in crypto, they turn it into fiat, and they start trading with it, guys. And please, if you're withdrawing, do it within like the first 24 hours. If you know you're going to withdraw either the whole thing or just rewards, just get it over with so you don't have to worry about it again. That way they don't pull out more than they need to. All right, guys, please do me that favor. Do AJ that favor. It's just the right thing to do. If you know you're going to take some out, just get it done right away. So they have a solid number to go into when they take funds out of that account. All right, guys. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. USDC ETH, I think we went over that. It's fee-free in and out, guys. All right. That 1% doesn't come from your deposit that I get. It comes, AJ is willing enough, kind enough to do that for me. So it's coming out of, he's donating that. Because, yeah, AJ was a multiple six-figure investor in Bruno X. All right. Like he wants to get paid back too. But we are not on the wheel, unfortunately, AJ, because we
we're at the end of the line, bro. Yeah, I get it, man. Totally. Yeah,
we're at the end of the line. Maybe one
and
day we'll get some of our money back.
yeah, for sure, bro. Well, and again, this is still technically in beta. Ryan is the only one that really talks about this. This is a protocol outside of DexFi. Myself and some of the early EMP devs came up with this. And yeah, we'll see what happens again. We're also working on this bot that we've developed. We're using it with some Chainlink data for crypto. So hopefully over the next month or two, we'll also have this bot available to all of you. Now, obviously, it won't be for free, so there will be a cost associated with it, but we're hoping to roll that out soon as well. So just keep an eye out.
Excellent. Yeah. And that's EarnFi, guys. I mean, like I said, another tool in my toolbox that's making me passive income every single month. I did nothing for this 1,500 that I withdrew. That's 1,500 bucks in my pocket. Guess what? That pays most of my bills for the month. So, and that's the way it is. You want a juicy APR, 160%. Looks like more people are buying bonds.
Yeah, they're buying bonds. They're pushing that APR down. Oh man, I love it. So and again, just to clarify, when people do mint bonds, it will temporarily put the APR lower just because of the way the calculation is done. So don't panic if you see the APR going down. The next week it will level out again. So
right, yeah. Yeah, it'll level out, and depending on what the price of the ETH and the assets do, guys, that this APR is live at that second, right? It changes all the time.
exactly.
So whatever it is, that's what you're getting. All right, guys. I think that's it, AJ. Anything else we need to cover?
No, Ryan, I think it's good. I know the last few AMAs have been a little over an hour just because we have so much to go over now that we have Plazm and everything else. Just remember, we have an entire ecosystem here. So there is no right or wrong answer. There is no, all in one platform or the other. It's about building again this infrastructure that makes everything individually that much stronger. And yeah, I mean, again, our ethos of full transparency and always trying to do the right thing. We may not get it right 100% of the time, and obviously we have to deal with other potential issues in the crypto space, but overall we deliver. So and again, you can go back and look at countless AMAs and our track record that backs that up. So we appreciate all of you. Ryan, you've been an amazing supporter in this whole journey together, and yeah, we want to continue to spread the word and get more and more people into a protocol that does have full transparency and is open and honest for moving forward, for sure.
Exactly, guys. I can't stress enough 100% transparency with D-Bank. I mean, the co-founder is right in front of you every Tuesday night. Plus, he does other AMAs for EMP and Plazm and Honor versus Badness. I mean, it is all coming together. One huge ecosystem helping each other out. It's been amazing. If you want to get with a team, that's doxed and everything's tracked, every single dollar, this is where it starts. It starts at Bernard Bonds, DexFi, EarnFi, Honor versus Madness, all of them, EMP, everything is 100% transparent. It's what everyone should demand. It's not just numbers on a screen, okay? It is on D-Bank, which cannot be tricked, right? It's all there for you to see. And that's what's so important, in my opinion. Once again, PACA Finance, Scott and Lee, please reach out. Do yourself a favor. Swallow your pride. We're here to help, all right? So that's all I'm going to say about that. And that's it, guys. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you for joining. We had 30 people here again today. It gets more every week. I always get 500 views by the next next day or two, because everyone obviously can't catch the lives. And we're gonna be back next week talking about the same thing, because we believe in it. It's working, and we love it. We love crypto. All right, guys. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday evening, and we'll see you in the next one.